You know, we're here at the Capitol. That looks like SVP of Government Affairs, Greg Brown. You know what? That is Greg Brown. Let's see if he wants to play 21 questions. Hey, Greg Brown, how's it going today?
Afternoon, Frank.
You want to play 21 questions with us?
I'd love to play 21 questions.
Excellent. Question 1, can you give me 3 words to describe your current mood?
A little snarky, but upbeat and pensive.
If you could have any apartment amenity in your home, what would it be?
I would have concierge dry cleaning.
What's one thing in your office you can't live without?
My telephone headset.
If I were to ask your colleagues in government affairs to describe you using one word, what would that word be?
Probably be moody.
Speaking of government affairs, NAA's Capital Conference just around the corner, March 8th and 9th. We have U.S. Representative Joe Scarborough, who's also a host of MSNBC's Morning Joe, who's giving the keynote. Scarborough's been one of Time Magazine's top 100 most influential people in the world. Who's someone you think is influential and why?
Well, right now it'd have to be Donald Trump. Like him or not, he's changing the debate in the American politics.
If I were to hit play on your stereo at home, what song am I going to hear?
Right now you're going to hear Starry-Eyed Surprise by Paul Oakenfold.
When your friends and family learn that you advocate on behalf of the apartment industry, what's the first thing they ask you?
Usually they ask me, what exactly does a lobbyist do?
Hey, Greg.
Fred Takeo, how are you?
I'm doing well. I have a quick question.
Sure, of course, yeah.
If you can master one skill, what would it be? Basically, I'm asking, if Greg Brown were to do something for Greg Brown, what can Brown do for you?
I think automotive repair. Definitely automotive repair.
Okay.
Nice to see you, Fred.
Ew.
If you help the genie escape their bottle, what is your first wish?
That whoever wins in the presidential election this fall, it's the right person for the country.
Washington, D.C. has a ton of things to see and do. Everyone knows about the cherry blossoms and the Lincoln Memorial, the bell on top of the old post office pavilion. What's one cool thing to see or do that most visitors don't know about?
Probably to have a drink at Off the Record, which is a bar in the Hay Adams Hotel near the White House. You never know who you're going to see.
Good.
Hey, Nicole, how are
Nice to
you?
see you
Yeah,
here.
nice to see you. What's happening?
I have a great question for you.
Sure.
What is your spirit animal?
I think, I think the wolf is my spirit animal.
Wolf?
Yeah, I think so. Never had it proven, but I like that.
All right, thanks.
Nice to see you, Nicole.
Greg, if I joined you for a movie, and of course this isn't a hint, what are we seeing?
We're seeing The Martian.
Lobby Day is March 8th. What's one big issue everyone's going to want to talk about to their representatives this year?
The significant positive impact that apartments have in every congressional district and every state around the country.
Speaking of Lobby Day, what do you think is the biggest misconception people have about visiting Congress?
That members of Congress are smarter than they are. None of our members know less than a member of Congress about their own industry.
Again, speaking of Lobby Day, what's your favorite way to decompress after a long day?
Watching an episode of Wally Kazam with my daughter.
If you could have a celebrity parent, who would it be and why?
Ridley Scott, because he's directed some of my favorite movies, and I'd like to talk to him about what he's doing next.
What gets you out of bed in the morning?
My dog telling me that it's time to feed her.
What's your favorite app?
IMDb.
Let's say I don't have any dietary restrictions, and what are you serving me when I come over for dinner? Again, hint.
We're having steak for sure. We're having garlic mashed cauliflower instead of potatoes, trying to be healthy. We're also going to have some sautéed kale and mushrooms.
If you could live during any time period, when would that be and why?
Be the early 1800s, because most of the country was still kind of a mystery, and it was people actually did exploration for a job, and I think that'd be very cool. Cool time to live.
And finally, what's the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
I've been given so many good pieces of advice, most of which I've ignored, but I think the best one is don't freak out until there's something to freak out about.
Like those Capitol Guards coming up behind you. Thanks again for playing 21 Questions, Greg.
Had a great time, Frank. Thanks.